time there's a top 10 clash, the focus of the entire nation zooms in on a game like that. When it's a conference showdown, the stakes are even higher. Welcome to Chestnut Hill, Massachusetts, home of the Boston College Eagles. As we see the number 7 team in the country, the South Carolina Gamecocks, taking on a team that ranks in the top 5 in this conference, the Boston College Eagles. For EA Sports, I'm Reese Davis, Jesse Palmer, and David Pollard with me. Guys, can't wait to get this started.
Let's see if you really like that.
The Gamecocks will get us started with the opening kickoff. No reason to risk trying to field that one as it skips through the end zone. It'll be a touchback. And off to Jones. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27. Let's take an overall view of Boston College. Top 5 up to this point is really good. It's staying there as we get closer to the playoff that becomes a huge challenge.
They just need to focus on winning right now. They're in position as a top 5 team to reach the college football playoff, but you've got to keep winning, and that's got to be the mindset. But coming into today, they have to bring their A game to the field.
And we're still in the middle of the season, so there's so many ways to still make a good impression for this squad, and we still have conference championships for some. We have great matchups that will decide, just like we've seen in past years, right? It comes down.
There he goes. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Eagles.
And these offensive coordinators tell you they want to start fast and they want to establish the run game. That is exactly what you did. First drive, you hand the football off, making the big explosive run, setting the tone for this football game.
And he tacked on the extra point. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. 3 tight ends in the formation on 1st and 10. Now on the option. He'll toss it. Got enough for the first, and he's still going. Across the 50 and down and out of bounds at the 44. A good pickup on that one.
And that's exactly how you draw it up. And that's why the option's so hard to stop. QB, man, draw the defense in. Look at me. I'm the first option. Bam. Next thing you know, he pitches it, gets a positive gain down the field.
Looking to pass. It's Overton. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Touchdown, Gamecocks! They wanted it all, and that is exactly what they got.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
He wisely lets that one bounce through the back of the end zone, and they'll take over at the 25. BC has it back, and the Eagle offense returns to the field. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3. Man, what a matchup. The stakes are really high. Both teams in the top 10 playoff positioning. All the things that go with a midseason showdown, guys.
And these are just fun for us because we got a little bit more juice, too, because both teams in playoff contention, both teams high aspirations, a big showdown, a big prove-it game, Palmer, for both these squads.
And it's been fun because these two teams seem to be revving up right at the right moment. They've gotten better and better as the weeks have progressed, and now we've got this major clash, head-to-head in front of the entire country, all eyes watching.
From the shotgun, they'll run it. Turns it on in midfield. Turning it on. And finally out of downs after an explosive run by this ball carrier.
Well, that's why this running game can be so dynamic. This guy is special when he has the football in his hands. He can make people miss, he can run with power, and he also has speed. You saw it on that last play.
It's complete to the left. And they pick up just a few on that completion. You know, sometimes even a short game like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that and take a shot down the field. And don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous. He makes one guy miss, he can take it to the house.
Got his man on the right. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line. Well, he comes up with the reception, but not a lot of room to run after that.
Yeah, and I like the QB doing this. I mean, I'm going to find ways to give him the football and see if he can make a miss. And I'm going to bet most of the time that my guy is a little bit more athletic than that defensive guy. Defense won this battle, but I like trying to get this guy the ball in his face.
How nice is it in this offense to have a tight end like that guy that can come up with plays for you all over the field? We just saw the big third down catch. He set him up here in the red zone. I like going back to him, maybe lining him and flexing him outside, getting a one-on-one opportunity for him to use his size advantage.
He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line.
Just really solid play by this offense. Nice job. Whatever the defense gives you the option, they're trying to make you wrong. The problem is, defensively, you got so much to cover. Nice chunk gain. Just remember, that quarterback can also stick his foot in the ground, get north-south, and make plays too.
Looking for just one more yard. It's 2nd and goal. Tries again to get it in. And he takes it in for a score. Touchdown, Boston College!
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
And the extra point splits the uprights. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. This feels like one of those games you might have to answer every score. Already down 14-7. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Looking for a man. It's Overton. He lobs one high down the left side. Got it inside the 10. They get him stopped at the 5-yard line, but it will be 1st and goal from there.
I love when you back the defense off of you. If you want to get aggressive, I'll take shots down the field, make the defense play more conservative, and now what? Now you're in the red zone with a chance to get some points.
They're lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they have dialed up for this one. They'll move the tight end. Snap to the back. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
They pushed it ahead to the 4. They'll try to cash in on 2nd and goal. Back's got it. That completion has them right on the doorstep. They'll mark it at the 1.
Nice job by the defense forcing the 3rd and goal. You can't allow any run after catch in these situations. Play aggressive, play tight, and play physical.
They'll come to the line just 1 yard shy of the goal line on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Touchdown! Touchdown, Gamecocks. The finisher, the exclamation point on that drive.
And I like this offense not panicking, executing on this drive, and driving down the field and tying this football game up. I love the no panic, just stay chill, and now we got ourselves a football game.
And the extra point was good as they finished the drive. And the ball will make it into the end zone. No return on that one for a touchback. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. And off from the shotgun. Knocked down in the backfield, and boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run.
That's how you come up and make plays as a defense, man. Playing physical, playing downhill. They've given up some plays today, man. He's got over 100 yards on the day. He's really had some success. But on that play, really downhill, really physical, and a nice job getting him to the ground.
The sure hands, it's Jones. He steps out right at the 40-yard line, and now they are in business moving toward midfield.
And that's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to do after the catch. He gets an explosive play for this offense.
How about these two running games so far? Dominance on the ground as we look at the first quarter stats. They fought to a standstill in the first. Let's see who gets the edge early in the second. Caught in the backfield, it's Lockwood. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
It's not a great feeling on defense, too. When you're blitzing, you're expecting to get a sack. You're expecting to get a hit on the quarterback. If the offensive line and running backs pick it up, because now you have one less guy in the back end trying to cover all these receivers and tight ends.
Oh, he's got some space. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
And that's why, if you're the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
And the Golden Eagles come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. Caught in the backfield, it's Jones. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
Well, it's important in this game, this offense gets the running back involved out on the perimeter in space where he can do some damage. That time they got it to him throwing the football. He picked up a couple of yards, but it gives the defense something to think about.
Got it behind the line. It's Jones. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Man, there are certain guys that I want to make sure I hone in on, and I do not give them the football in space. And this running back is one of those guys. Really good job by the defense, keeping their eyes on their keys and not letting him sneak out and get any kind of space. As soon as he touched it, he was on the ground.
From here, it would just be a 30-yard field goal try. Let's see how aggressive they're going to be to try to pick up that first down. He wants to throw it again. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. And they'll get him down after a solid return.
And he can fill up the hand now with that pick, man. That's number 5 on the season, consistently making plays for his defense. Always a guy where we're going to be calling his name over and over again.
South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
Sends it back in motion. Looking to throw, it's Overton. Makes the catch. And he's ruled down right there, but he'll have plenty to move the sticks.
Yeah, and you've seen these curl routes. This is a timing route. Understanding the ball's got to come out of my hand right when he hits the top of that curl. Nice job by the QB finding him. Nice catch.
Wants to throw on first down. Caught behind the line. It's Clark. And not much doing there as that defense runs him out of bounds.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
Backed up now. Here's second and long. Wide receiver comes in motion. Gonna swing it on second down. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line.
And you don't want to see this trend continue. Last week he was sacked 4 times. The offensive line, this offense as a whole, needs to get in better situations, get rid of the football faster, and not keep getting their quarterback hit.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, no secret what he needs here. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a fourth down.
You know, it's funny. That's probably the most discombobulated the offense has looked so far in this game, right? After watching that incompletion there on third down, they were just up and down the field earlier. Tremendous rhythm, tremendous balance. Everything their play caller was dialing up was working, lighting up the scoreboard. And then all of a sudden on this last drive, just not able to piece it together. They've got to be able to turn the page and get back to how they looked earlier in the game.
Pretty solid coverage there, and they'll stop him at the 26. Opening play of this drive comes from the 26-yard line. Starts a drive trying to go up top. Complete to the right. Gets it to the 46-yard line. First down for this offense.
That's a really, really good route by the receiver. It's called a corner route. Did a great job sticking his foot in the ground and running towards the sidelines and running right to that hole in the defense.
And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
The Golden Eagles in a good spot here with second and short. Wants to go up top. Grabbed in the middle. It's Johnson. How about the zip this junior put on that ball to pick up the first down? Boston College coming to the line after moving the chains. Wants to go up top on first down. Throwing right. Makes the grab. Knocked down at the 22. That's a first down. They can still stop the clock.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the first down.
From the gun, they'll try the middle. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Well, this guy's been an animal all game long. He's had tons of success running the football. The defense had to do something to stop him. Give the D-line and that front seven tons of credit for being really physical there, getting the TFL.
Behind the chains now on second and long. Trying play action. He's moving out of the pocket. Makes the catch. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Boston College.
And the offense breaks the tie, takes the lead, gains some momentum. How big is this, Palmer, now? Going into the half with the lead, with the momentum.
Well, they break the tie, but they also break their confidence a little bit now. The opponent now has to go into the locker room probably down, and they're wondering, what adjustments do we have to make? What do we have to fix? Because we've got our work cut out for us in this game.
Finds his big tight end. He stopped just inches short. Had a good catch. Tried to get it in, but was denied. Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. He'll be stopped, but good work there to get the ball out to the 37. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? They'll run the RPO and fire to the right. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Back to throw, it's Overton. Grab near the marker, it's Brown. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. So with only seconds left in the half, here comes the field goal unit. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. And in the waning seconds of the first half, they'll try to put up 3 before going to the break. And he'll line this one up from 53 yards out and try to bang it through. No good. Guys, they could have cut the deficit in half if that field goal had been good, still down by 6. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. Boston College ready to kick things off and start the second half. If you can do that, I don't know why you don't do it every time. Reduce the risk. Banged it out of the back of the end zone. They'll put it in play at the 25. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. Tight game as we start the third quarter, and we'll see what type of adjustments they made at halftime.
And getting the ball first here, I think, is such a big deal. Like, I get the first chance to make a statement, to make the adjustments, to create some momentum for my squad right here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I think it's so important for this offense to set the tone here early in the second half, to get a nice drop.
He hurls one deep down the left side. And they say this is a game of inches, just a few more inches in the field of play, and it would have been a big gain. Instead, it's incomplete. And the Gamecocks line up, trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Looking downfield, it's Overton. He just missed the target on that one. Got to put it on his body.
And I like the aggressiveness on 3rd and short, trying to throw the football, take advantage of a look that they got. They weren't successful, and now it's 4th and short territory. Who knows what they're going to do?
So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. Looking left. Oh, it's picked off. That's not the start they hoped for. Bringing it back.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his 2nd of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
From the gun, the running back has it. Finds just enough room to pick up a couple down to the 26.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Got 3 on 1st down at 2nd and 7. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Lockwood. He'll get down to the 22 before going out of bounds.
Important in the passing game that it's not just receivers doing all the work. You got to get running backs involved. You got to get your big fellas. You got to get the tight ends going too.
And the Golden Eagles come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. Unloads quickly. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. They were banking on the yards after the catch, but that went into the negative column.
And I'm banking on the ball coming out quick. When I'm a defense and understanding third and short, understand they're going to throw the ball really quickly, try to make a play. The defense knew it, broke on the football, made a nice tackle to force a fourth down.
And they can't make the connection on fourth down, and they'll turn it over.
Well, they're unable to come up with that one on fourth down, and I remember this as a player. You practice specific plays on fourth down for those types of situations, and you know all week against the scout team, they've gotten really clean looks, easy to execute against. They didn't get a clean look that time, so you chalk it up to the defense. You take note of it next time. You might not run that play again if you're in a similar situation.
Yeah, and he runs a quick out route, and this is a timing route. Quarterback has to trust him, throw him the football. You can tell they've thrown this a time or two. Nice job, nice success.
The Gamecocks with a second and short to keep this drive moving. The give from the gun. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Stopping the run is very high on every defensive coordinator's list. Making the team one-dimensional. Nice job stuffing the run on that play right there.
And the Gamecocks come to the ball trying to pick up this third and short. Wants to throw. It's Overton. He'll off one deep down the left side. Hits him inside the 20, still going. That is exactly what you want to do with the football. He's got it all the way down to the 15-yard line. Lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they've got. Back has it. Into the hallelujah land. Touchdown, South Carolina.
I think the days of running backs just running downhill are out the window. You better be able to do this. You see the playmaker, slip him out of the backfield, throw him the football. He'll handle the rest, get in the end zone for the touchdown.
And he made the extra point without problem. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. That ball scoots through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Boston College sending the offense back onto the field. Boy, that last drive, they had a chance to put 3 on the board and passed. This one needs to be productive, David.
I got no problem with aggressiveness. It was a pretty decent drive. This offense isn't fully clicking yet. They need to get in a little better rhythm, and they need to capitalize on those scoring opportunities.
And they've got the weapons to do that too, David. They've got guys that can make plays in space. They need to focus on them and get them the ball this drive.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Linebackers trying to create some confusion. Back to pass. Quick strike complete. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. They were able to get the ball to the running back in space, but that space just evaporated.
Hey, great job by the defense, man. It's tough to get those guys on the ground. They're so used to having the football as running backs and making plays and being dynamic. So usually one guy not going to get into the ground.
He's loose down the middle. The tag. Touchdown, Eagles. And with that, they got the lead here in the second half.
And it's not an accident. They're featuring this guy. His second receiving touchdown of the game. That's your job as a coach. Find my playmakers, get them the ball so they can do damage and have games like this right here.
No backs with the quarterback as they line up for the 2. A designed run for the quarterback. He finds the end zone for the 2, and now the lead is 7. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? Just unloaded on that kickoff. Don't have to worry about a return on a kick like that. They'll bring it out to the 25. We thought we'd see a little wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. Direct snap. Here comes the heat. Intercepted, and the defense is set him up. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back.
Coming out of the tunnel in the third quarter, this quarterback now is really struggling with his decision-making. 2 picks here in the third quarter. This looks like Jekyll and Hyde from what we saw in the first half.
Well, and the bad thing is they're going to be in passing situations. They're coming from behind. They're going to need him to play better. Like, he's going to have to read the field better and make some plays if they want to get back in this football game.
Just didn't seem like the quarterback and his intended target were on the same page there.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Got it in the middle. It's Lockwood. How about the zip this junior put on that ball to pick up the first down? It looked as if they just completely forgot about the tight end. They lost him, Jesse.
And, Reese, how can they? Because he's huge. He's a massive target. He's right there in the middle of the field in front of everybody. That had to be a bust.
Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. That's the end of the quarter, and Boston College has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the fourth. So the final period starts with a 2nd down play. Defense showing plenty of pre-snap movement of their own. Flips it out to the back. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play in prime position for a score. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a first down without scoring. 3rd down. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. Defense is there to make the stop, but he's got the first down, and they'll have it 1st and goal with the 6.
Well, one of the best compliments you can pay a running back is they get stronger as the game goes on. This guy's been awesome all game long, and you're seeing it here in the 4th quarter. He's trying to ice this thing and close it out, still running strong.
Relentless, tough running, gets it down to the 4.
And down here near the goal line, you've got to be physical. And this guy's proven it today, Palmer. They've given it to him. He's put it in the end zone twice already. I'm going to keep featuring that.
So you know the defense is going to be king too, right? Because he's hurting them a little bit in this game already. They're going to be finding a way to try to get some penetration, anticipating this guy to touch it again.
They'd love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of settling for 3, but it is 3rd and goal. On the option. Touchdown, Boston College! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. That'll give them a little more breathing room as they try to push this winning streak to 5.
Man, you've seen the evolution of the option. You've seen the evolution with scrambling quarterbacks that can run and be so dynamic and just so much to defend. The quarterback says, forget that. You defend everything, I'll take it myself. In for 6.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. This certainly hasn't been their best day, but there's no time for mistakes now. They have to execute it. Breaks into the open. They corral him out of bounds. Mark it down at the 38, and this offense might have something going.
It's pretty amazing at this point of the game. They're still in a position to win. Not everything has gone right for them up to this point, but with a couple minutes left on the clock, if they can get a touchdown here, get a stop, and then get another score, they win. But they've got to start being aggressive and taking shots.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. To the air, it's Overton. Dances away to buy time. Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
And the QB leaves the pocket and he scrambles out and he goes to his right. And I love how he keeps his eyes down the field, trying to make a play, trying to throw the football. But the relentless chase, I love it. Getting to the quarterback. He throws an inaccurate pass because he gets whacked as he throws the football. Nice job chasing by the defense.
Second down, they'll go to the air. This time on target. And they get to him and knock him down to prevent a bigger gain. The Gamecocks are in the hurry-up. Single back formation, and they give it to him.
And this is a no-brainer. It's 4th down. We're down multiple possessions. We got to make this happen. We got to get the 1st down. We can't be worried about the clock. Then we got to go fast, work the sidelines to the best of our advantage to save as much clock so we can get multiple scores.
On 4th down, looking for the completion. Bringing the heat. Incomplete on 4th down, and man, did they need to keep that drive alive.
It was a massive missed opportunity failing on that 4th down, so they're trailing. There's a little bit less than 3 minutes to go here. Their defense has got to be able to get the ball back here quickly for them to have any shot.
And this one will be stopped for no gain.
And I think if you're the head coach, defensively now, obviously, you've got 3 timeouts in your back pocket. You're trailing at this point, and the offense is going to be running the football, trying to bleed the clock. They're going to take as much time off the game clock as they can before snapping it. You've got to start thinking about using some of those timeouts.
And I know you can play these late-game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
The Golden Eagles come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep the drive moving. Motion from the wide receiver. Bully ball on 3rd and short. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the 1st down.
The RPO game works really well for this offense because the running back is very patient. It's a bit of a delayed handoff, but he's very good at finding the creases and finding the lanes and then putting his foot.
There he goes. Nice pickup on the ground there. They'll move the sticks with the 1st down.
How about the left side of the line getting off the ball, creating some holes for that running back to get through, make the big play on the handoff to the left.
When something works that well, you might as well go right back to it. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Boston College. With that last score, things comfortable here in the 4th as they are headed to a 7-1 record. That score looks as if this one might have put it a little too far out of reach.
This game's pretty much over. That was just the icing on the cake. But, you know, speaking of cake, I'm kind of hungry. Can we get out of here? Can we finish this game so I can go get something to eat?
And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the 4th. Kickoff unit has been busy as they have built a big lead, and they're trying to hold on to it. On the move from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Looking for a man. It's Overton. A deep throw as the clock winds down. And they couldn't connect on the deep shot. Let's see if things get worse. There's a flag on the field. Which way is this going to go? These corners backing off a bit. Wide receiver going in motion. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. And now they've lost the ball here.
That ball carrier is very lucky. That easily could have ended up in the hands of the defense. You have got to do a better job with ball security.
And the Gamecocks have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. It's a lost cause, but they keep fighting. The pass is incomplete, and there are 2 ticks remaining on the clock.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time.
I know both of these teams were ranked, guys, but it really seemed as if they weren't on the same level in this game.
I think that was a pretty good statement game for these guys. I mean, you're ranked higher, you're more talented. A lot of people point to this game. Possible upset, 2 really good teams. Jesse, they made it clear. There's only one really good team. It was them. They were the favorite, and they just made a point of it.
You're right. Not all ranked teams are created equal. One of these teams is a college football playoff contender. The other simply is not. And that demonstrated itself today. The higher ranked team is a team with national championship aspirations.